Hello, everybody. It's Thursday. First off, I'd like to take a moment and say that I'm still in shock that yesterday's stream ended up going better than I thought it would. I was low-key so stressed while trying to get the portrait to work. It was a hot mess up until like the last 20 minutes, it felt like. And so I was definitely panicking. But it didn't turn out too bad, so let's go. But guys, aside from that, I have finally finished all the illustrations in the different color palettes for the Palette Patch collection, and now what we have to do is turn them into surface design patterns. I am gonna do some like standalone illustrations with I think some like text or something like later on, but for this collection I'm putting like a lot of focus on like the surface design, like making pattern prints with the illustrations. And so we're going to be messing around with a lot of different styles. We're going to look for some inspiration online as well, and we're just going to try things out. And then I'll also show you guys the ones that I worked on not on stream, because I know I did a lot on the I think I did some of the green ones on stream. I know I did, I think, all of the orange ones on stream, and then some of the red, but I didn't do any of the yellow ones, so I'll have to show you guys those because I think they turned out cute. And we're just gonna pull them all together and get started. I really have no idea 100% what we're gonna do just yet, like first one. I think what I might do is kind of look at some of the like inspiration pictures I had pulled up before. Let me show you guys those first. I have them here in our pure ref. Okay, so first I'll just show you guys. These are now like, so we have orange, the red, the green, and then the yellow. So for yellow, we did in that, I don't have it anymore. I threw it out because I didn't need it. But I had a catalog that had a bunch of different like vegetables, and I noticed they had like, they were like yellowish white carrots, and I was like, those are kind of cool. And so I ended up doing those again. So we have carrots in the orange and the yellow, which is fun. And then we have potatoes. Definitely have to have potatoes. And then we have zucchini and yellow tomatoes. And then I did corn, of course. But yeah, guys, you may notice that like the yellow is, I think the potatoes, we might have to change the shading a little bit. I think I did them too golden. I really wanted to make sure that the yellow didn't go too orange, so they're more on like the cool yellow side rather than like the warm yellow, because I didn't want the patterns that I made out of them to look too similar to the orange collection. So I think the only thing we have to do on the potatoes is maybe add a little more like yellow gold to it. I don't know, actually. Hold up. Let's put them... like, just comparing... I feel like if I had another vegetable that looked similar in shade in this one, it would be fine, but this is like the only one. So that's kind of what's standing out to me at this point. So we're probably going to fix that before we get going. And then, let's see where oh, here they were. So I stole these off the internet. These are not mine, but I just wanted to like grab some inspiration. I kind of like, I pulled a lot of ones that have darker backgrounds. I didn't really plan on doing that with this collection, but I thought it might be fun to try doing something like that. But then there's also this one on the left here that's lighter, which is also pleasant. And then these are some ones that I made. These ones are mine down here that I made with the collection already. I definitely like where I was going with this one, but I did end up kind of like upping the color fills and opacity on the orange collection, so I'll have to go back in and like put in those new illustrations with the changes. So I got to do that. So we kind of are like mentally building a list of what we need to do. But I think since I put a couple, I did like an hour where I was playing around with the orange collection. I think we should play around with a different color first, just so we can kind of like get our brain into a different mode. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. Alright, so first things first, I need to organize these in my files. Hold up, let me get a drink, guys. Because we gotta stay organized. I'm kind of putting them in like a file for each. So I have orange, red, this will be green. And then I don't know if I'm gonna do it this way, but I had exported all the like PNGs separately. Try to decide if I want to do it that way. Green palette pad, veggies. Okay, then we need yellow. All right. That's all of them. And then let me go back to Photoshop. I think I should probably, I'm gonna move the actual files into, yeah, we'll save changes. I'm gonna move the actual files into their own like organized ones. So I'm gonna have to close these Photoshop files. I'm happy with how it's turning out though. Like I think it's turning out really cute. All right, so these are the green. And here's the yellow one. All right. And then let me organize. I'm trying to get better. So this will be the red pattern, red patterns, palette. I always regret naming them something long because then I gotta rewrite it every time. Okay, so I do have one red one that I've already made. An orange. This is... Sorry guys, this is gonna be boring until I have these organized, but it's important we have a good start. I should have probably did this before I started streaming, but you know what happens, happens. Orange palette patch, patterns. So how I named it before? I think I did orange patterns. Then I did palette patch. All right, so there's this one. Those are in there. I think I might re-export these ones that I had just plain. Yeah, I did patterns. Okay. There's that one. One more to go. This one's green. All right, we're good to go. Alrighty, so let's start with green. Since I have that one open. And then we're gonna duplicate this one. And we're not gonna worry about the name just yet because we are going to be doing some changes in here. And I haven't decided on what type of pattern this is gonna be. I think what I might want to do is like keep a list of the ones I know I want. So I think for sure I will like the gingham pattern. I'm gonna write these in my notes. So each one, I think that's spelled with an H in it. Then I think a stripe pattern would be good. And then we'll just call one random, because I'm just gonna like randomly place them around. And then I like this like diamond type shape I was doing. That gives us 4 variations. I think we're gonna leave it at 4. All right, we'll try that. So we're gonna try and make one from each. All right, first thing I did do wrong is I wanted to create... Let me make a new one. I usually do 4,000. 4,000. I want to create a new gingham pattern. Also, I was reading that there's a lady I subscribe to who does like surface design, and then she like sells courses, of course. But she also does like some emails where she tells you about stuff. So I was reading one of her emails and she was talking about how it's important to have kind of like more neutral patterns to go with your regular patterns. So maybe we'll do ones without any illustrations, but it'll be like a subtle polka dot or just something like with a subtle texture that's like similar and matches the rest of the collection, but it's a more like neutral pattern to go with it to complement it. So we're gonna try something like that too. Which I should probably write down. Okay, we got our notes. We've got our everything organized. Probably should save this file in case it crashes. All right, so I made a gingham pattern before. So if we go to view, pattern preview, I kind of want to try doing, probably a terrible idea. Let's see if we can use our rulers maybe. Like that's 2 inches. What did it for? 6. Why isn't it letting me grab it? There we go. If you hold shift, it will lock it in. Actually, I probably should have created this file in like inches rather than pixels. Let's do 12 inches by 12 inches. Oh my gosh, Photoshop, don't be like this. All right, bear with me, guys. Photoshop has this interesting feature where it likes to like update your new preset while you're making it, so you never get a chance. Okay, we're gonna close this. We don't need it. All right, we're gonna drag out more rulers. Yeah, let's do every 2 inches. This kind of reminds me back when I used to sew. Because I'm gonna use this backdrop for more than just I'm gonna use it for more than just a like complementary pattern. I'm also gonna, like you saw I did with the orange one, I had it in the backdrop of the vegetables and I thought that looked cute as well. I just kind of like lowered the opacity. Okay, let's give this a shot. Can I use rulers in pattern preview? I think I can. Let's find out. Yes, I can. All right, this is a really bright white. Were we working on green first? Yeah, we were. All right, let's tone our canvas a little bit. Oh, that's a bit much. There we go. That's much better. All right, so here's what I think I'm gonna do. Let's just use whatever colors we have and we'll adjust them as we go. I think I'm gonna use this like wash type brush. Yes, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because I want it to have some texture. Oh, or we could do it this way. This could be interesting. Like, what if we kind of like fill it in like this and we let the brush strokes be a little bit random? Because our illustrations are really kind of like organic. And so I kind of want to keep that style. And so we're not necessarily going to be perfectly coloring in the lines. One thing the pattern preview will do is it definitely will lag out with your brush strokes because it's like repeating them on all the screens. So just keep that in mind, guys. It's gonna do it, but it's normal. Okay, wait. Let's move this over here. Yeah, that should be right. And then I'll put another one here. Perfect. So the way you make like the gingham patterns, or at least the way I've been able to figure it out, is you're just kind of like overlapping different values. And so I'm just going to keep them each on different layers as we try to overlap. And be patient while we wait for it to stop lagging out. I think I like this better than the one I made before. I used kind of like the vector shapes and they were just way too like clean and straight. It didn't quite go with the illustration, so I think this is probably going to be a better bet. Okay, so now we need, let's see how I did this before. I did dark ones and then you do like a medium crossways. Like this. I think I'm gonna turn this off while I do it just so I can see everything properly. Do, 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 do. Now I do think I'm just gonna vary this into like the different colors. So we'll make a red and the orange and the yellow, and then there's the green, of course. So for the like the illustrations, I drew like new ones for each one, but for this like background, I'm not gonna bother doing that. Okay, we've got a good. Let's save this. Because I'm thinking, I'm probably gonna crash Photoshop here at some point. Especially once I start doing stuff with the pattern preview, it just really, it has issues with it. I'm gonna say this is the gingham print. We'll make all the variations in here. Okay, so then I did... I feel like I'm missing a third color. Let me consult the internet quick. That looks complicated. Copy. We went wrong somewhere. Oh wait, I think I need to try using the different blending modes. I wonder if multiply is gonna be. This is darken. You know, maybe we'll put the light one above it. Well, that's not bad. That's kind of cute. I don't usually use these too much. But we need them to darken or lighten. I feel like this is achieving what I want. We just need to go through and just play around with the colors here a little bit so they're not quite as dark. Okay, now let's change this one. Definitely think I'm leaning towards the lighter. But I don't want to go too yellow. Let's go back to this one. Actually, hold up. Let's try flipping this. Or maybe we need to lower. Bear with me, guys. I haven't done this too much before. I did one a couple weeks ago, but I didn't love it. I feel like I can do better, and so I want to make sure that these are just right. No, I think the lighter one has to be on top. But maybe like color burn isn't where it... That's a little bit better. Let's see what happens if we play around with saturation on this a little bit. Maybe bring it a little more towards yellow. Oh, that looks kind of good. Actually, though... Hold up, we're cooking. Maybe we... Let's up some saturation on our background color. Before, after. Maybe a little darker. I kind of like that. And then I'm just gonna... Yeah, that's really... Let me hide this for you guys. That's kind of nice. Okay, we need to change though. I had that on hard mix. I just need to grab this color. Because I'm seeing some spots that look a little hard. Where did that go? There it is. See this edge here? I think we're just gonna soften that out a little bit. That looks a little better. Like I wanted it rough, but probably not that rough. I'm not seeing any spots that's standing out to me now, except for maybe here. And here, I'm just gonna... That seems good. So now what we can do, let's save it quick, is we go into, I think it's edit, and then define pattern. And then we'll name it palette patch, veggies, gingham print, green. All right, so let's just copy. I'm gonna put these into a folder. This whole thing. We're gonna name this one green. Let's make our yellow variation. We're just gonna copy it. Let's just play around with the values here a little bit. We don't want too warm. Maybe a little bit lighter. Go slightly cooler. I like that. Let's just darken this a little bit. I don't think I liked it before better. I think maybe we need to go... Let's try going towards this direction a little bit. Alright, we're gonna leave it like this. Let's play around with the background a little bit. I think we might need to... I want to keep the background closer to green. Just because that's kind of how I did the vegetables. We're gonna have to compare these two. Perhaps we'll lighten up this just a little bit. And maybe darken this one. There is a fine balance here between too much and too little. That kind of looks nice. Okay, let's just I'm gonna take a screenshot of this so I can put it in pure ref for me to see. I do like the texture we have there. We could also put a texture overlay on it. This is definitely much cooler. But I do want them to have the variation. Oh, actually, these look cute together. Let me show you guys. Probably should have taken a more similar. I feel like those kind of look cute. Alright, let's do the other ones. Alright, so that's our yellow one, which we can define. Bop, bop, bop. Yellow. I think the red one's gonna be fun, so let's do that. Let's do red now. We can do orange last since that's the one I did previously. I feel like we did a more... Some of them are like borderline fuchsia. I think I'm gonna do a little warmer like this. Let's soften that up. Red. I don't want it to be too pink, you know what I mean? I have to up the saturation on that a little bit. Maybe we need to drag it a little bit orangey here. I think our background might be too cool. I don't know about this one, guys. Reds are always hard. Just try and do this in little increments, maybe. I find the best way is you just keep playing with it until... It's gotta be lighter, but it can't be too... Let's change the background. I think that's throwing me. It's way too cool. We need to go... Nope, that's the wrong way. Before, after. Okay, after we're getting better. I think to trick ourselves, we almost have to go like orange. Or I guess one could say salmon. That's kind of nice. But I think I may have taken it too far. Let's make this one a little bit slightly cooler. Because the red beets we did were actually kind of... Some of them were like kind of purpley, and the cabbage too. Alright, we're just gonna go with that for now. The nice part is like these can all be... Wrong layer, Emma. They can all be like changed as we go. Which I love. Being able to just like... This is like the beauty of digital artwork. It's like everything can just be adjusted at any point. Alright, we got one more to go. Orange. I think it's something like that. I also could be using like adjustment layers. That is an option. I might do that as I make changes later, but at this point, this is how I want to do it. That is nice. Like a brownie orange there. And then we're gonna go with something a little bit lighter here. Up the saturation on that. That kind of looks nice. I do feel like our background's a little too peachy now, though. Yeah, I think that helped. Yeah, this feels so much better than the other ones I did. They look nice together, don't they? They're all very different, but they still have that. The other one I'm on the fence on. We're gonna mess around with that one some. Maybe once we have some of the illustrations on top, be able to see it. Okay, orange. Let's just save this. Alright, so this is my copied layer. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna turn these all on. Let's put them all together. And we're just gonna kind of unify the size as we shrink it so they all are shrinked at the same amount. I'm thinking probably there is gonna be good. This transform is gonna load forever. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna delete this too. And so for the background, I can now use this. Match the edges up. And for the fill, we can use a pattern fill. And we can see our patterns are now in here. And we can scale them if we want. What were we doing first? Green. Okay. I want to make it a little smaller. gonna do that for now. And we're gonna turn pattern preview. It's gonna varnish. Hold up, this is not perfectly aligned. Oh, but that's kind of actually interesting. That could be a thing. Oh, I know why. It's because I have... There we go. Ah, it's because I scaled it. Guys, I'm such an idiot. Let me think for a second. Okay, if I want to use the pattern, I do have to actually use it at the exact size it was when... So 100%. This is definitely lagging now. Come on, Photoshop. I believe. Okay, so that kind of changes things. Let me export. So whatever size we have in here is going to be the size it's going to be. I'm going to export it as PNG, 100%. Loading. This may or may not work. By the way, these could be our complementary patterns. It's the first time I've ever done something like this. Let's see. Palette patch collection, green. There in here. Okay, so here's what I think I'm gonna try to do. First, I'm gonna get a drink of tea while it loads. Please work. I really want this too. Okay, then I put the exported file in here. And then if I want it smaller, what I have to do is shrink it to 1/4, which I can technically... Oh, let me put in... Actually, no, it's not the exact center. Because this isn't my other canvas size. Bear with me, guys, as we find the exact center. I know there's probably a shortcut to do this fast. Oh, wait a minute. Is it... No, it's not exactly 17. It's like 16. Oh my gosh, why couldn't it have just been an even number? Oh wait, it will make it go to the middle. Oh my word, guys. I am so... Everyone have patience with me. Okay, here we go. So we'll drag this to match here. This should perfectly lock in there. And then we'll copy it. Hypothetically, this should work. In theory. It's working. This is how we do it, guys. Okay. I'm figuring this out. That seems like a nice scale, you know? All right, let's hide it. Make sure it all looks seamless. Yep, it worked. All right. Now we need to lock these layers. I'm gonna put them in a folder. This is gonna be MBG background. All right, so now we should be able to select and move these however we want. Question mark is how do we want to display these? Orderly, randomly. I kind of did like random before when we did like this one. I kind of like it because then you have like the orderly lines, but then the random vegetables on top. It kind of reminds me of like if you had like a garden table and like you went out to harvest your vegetables and then you just bring them in and you kind of like lay them on your table. It's kind of giving that vibe. So I'm thinking we might do that for this. The hard part is just separate them all. We can make them probably make them a little bigger actually. I did randomize the size a little as I went along. So let's just kind of get like something nice and then we'll go from there. I also think I might lower the opacity on the background. I think I did that before. I do like, oh yeah, that looks nice. All right, that's 62%. Maybe not that big. Leave it about that size. This part can get a little bit boring because it's just you rearranging things pretty much until everything sits right. I feel like there's a lot more like longer shapes in the green palette than there is with the other one. Let's make the pepper bigger. I do think all the squash need bigger. Man, it is lagging it out. I think honestly that's one of the parts I hate the most, is that it's just like you fighting with Photoshop. I hate when the programs are slow. This honestly might run better when I'm using my laptop when we do some streams in the next week or so. Because my laptop is actually more powerful than my big PC at this point. Kind of tragic, but it is... Wait a minute, I think I'm seeing a seam. Hold the phone. That might just be part of the design. Yeah, actually it is. Never mind. We're good. This is actually really cute. It's kind of like giving like vintage pattern. Low-key want to get some of this so I can sew something with it. I know you can do that, like, is it spoon flower? You can get your own fabric printed. It's probably really expensive though. Maybe not. Something to save up for, I guess. It's kind of fun though, like I've seen people who want to do like cosplays and stuff where like there are like certain fabric prints you need for a specific character. And spoonflower is great because then you can get like exactly, like if you make it you can print it and then you have exactly what you need. Okay, this isn't looking too bad. I kind of like how how they're not too closely fit together. I wonder if I want to fit this one down here. No, that doesn't look good. I think we're just gonna keep it here. At this point, I just kind of like use the arrow keys and we'll nudge things around. And then I'll often like kind of look down here. Because sometimes when you don't have the guide, it's helpful to like be able to actually see what's happening. Sometimes the barriers can... Okay, that seems good. Let's move this one down. Honestly, let's rotate this a little. Bring it down. And then let's rotate this squash a little. And then maybe I'm gonna flip it. Oh, I like that. Okay. And then this pepper. But this one's kind of awkward. We're trying to fit it in here. Let's make this cucumber bigger. This is actually really cute. I'm so happy. Okay, let's save it. Dum dum dum. I'm gonna put this in the green. It's gonna be Palette Patch Reggie's green. Gingham. Right. All right, we got a green one done. I think I can close this now. I might use it later. All right, let's open. Let's do another one. Let's redo the orange one. Let's see. Here we go. I think it's this file. Loading. Yeah, it's this one. This one you can see. I might do this on the other one. If I zoom in more, you can see it. But I put like a canvas texture over it. I really like that. But I'm trying to think like... That's kind of gonna happen on its own when you print it. So I think we might just leave it. Alright, so first thing we need to do is actually delete everything. Because we redid these illustrations. And I won't need these guides anymore. Just need halfway. Should lock into place. There we go. Oh, good thing I left this open because we need to export it. Bum 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 bum. Everything takes forever to load. Okay, this one's gonna be... Shoot, I didn't name the color. That's fine. I'll do it on this one. We can rename that file later. This is orange. Guys, I'm hungry already. Might have to get a snack. Okay, these export times are taking forever. Alright, here we go. Here's what we did. We just plop it in here. Line it up. Make sure the edges are touching where we want them to. Then I just duplicate it. Do 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 do. I'm trying to decide, guys, what we should stream tomorrow. Might do some gouache painting. I don't know. We could try drawing another portrait if I'm feeling really ambitious. Alright, let's put those in a separate layer. Lock it. Alright, so we need the illustrations from the orange collection. Oh wait, I put this in the wrong file. Orange, here we go. Alright, so we need these illustrations. Let me open this file. Because I made changes to the orange ones, so it'd be more cohesive with the rest. Just turn them all on. I'm hoping I didn't oversaturate them. It's a little easy to go crazy with orange. Alright, let's put these over here now. Do 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 do. Actually, this looks cute together. Probably about that size. Everything is taking forever. Alright, so we're gonna save changes on that so they're all organized. We did save this, right? I have like save paranoia because things always crash. Yeah, this is giving like fall vibes. And I love it. I want this collection to be like something that, like, it may not matter what time of year, but also like that it will work for fall too if you want, so it doesn't necessarily have to be fall. I feel like this pumpkin's cute. It should be bigger. But we have like some greens in here, so it helps give it some contrast. I was worried the tomatoes were gonna be like insane, but it's only because they're layered up. You know, I think I should have made these all smaller. Let's go back. See if it keeps keep it from crashing. I underestimated the scale. Alright, let's see about that. Do 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 do. And we don't need this background anymore. I think I'll just kind of separate them and then we'll work on making them look nice. Do, 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 do. Really love how the onions turned out. Those turned out really cute. Oh, I feel like the highlights on the pepper go well with the like the lighter part of the gingham background. Alright, let's get to reorganizing these. I think I'm gonna put that down there. Do 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 do. Actually, let's just delete that. We don't. Oops, not that. These guys are getting in the way. I think I was bringing. Where's this pepper? Do, 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 do. I think this pumpkin needs to be bigger. I feel like I'm having a harder time fitting these than I did on the other collection. Probably because there's a lot of wider ones. Put that on there. I'm gonna flip this one upside down. Maybe this way. I like this tomato. They're not quite that big. I should try and fit this one. Don't have one upside down yet. Let's do that. Alright, this is looking good. Alright, who are we missing? What if we stuck this one up here? Made it a little bit bigger. And then I'll make this tomato down just a little bit. Yeah, I think I'll have the stem point this way. Okay, this carrot needs to go somewhere. Maybe bigger. Maybe flip it. Oh yeah, kind of like that. We kind of actually have some extra space. Let's spread these out a little bit more. Why does it look like it's showing a seam, but it's not there? It's just because we're zoomed out. Okay. What did we lowered the background opacity, what was it, 62%? And then I had a background layer behind it that was just white. Pretty sure that's how I did it. Let's up it a little bit. That's 78. Let's do 80. Just so the background isn't taking up too much. Hey Gecko, good evening. This would make a nice tablecloth. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. That's honestly, most of the prints from this collection are giving definitely tablecloth. And I'm not even upset. It's definitely pretty much what I wanted it to be. It's giving also like picnic vibes, which would be kind of fun. Then we have like a weird space here. If I make this carrot bigger and bring the top down a little. Kind of something like this. And then what this pumpkin? I need to bring it down a little bit. Yeah. This part is like kind of boring. But it's like one of those necessary evils where you just gotta like play around until you get everything sitting exactly where you want it. And move this onion over a little. Like I don't like this. Whoops, not that one. Like the spacing here. I might... Like, what if... Okay, what if this onion goes here, and then this carrot goes up here. Yeah, I like that. There's still this, like, space over here, though. It always comes down to these last bits. I did end up duplicating some of the stuff on my other ones. I could do that again. Or maybe we just stick this... Oh, hold up. I think I just solved the problem. And then this pumpkin I'm going to turn ever so slightly. We could put the stem upwards. I kind of like it pointing down though. I feel like it just fits there. Alright, I think we're pretty much got things where we like them on this one. Let me just save the file. I don't want it quite that big. No, I've been forgetting to take... Oh, you know what I don't like? It's this character, not this character. This carrot that's like vertical here. It's kind of messing with the chaos. Looking at that makes me want to cook a nice meal. Yeah, I'm like... I'm really hungry while working on this. Like, oh my gosh. I think I need to make this one smaller. It makes me excited also for summer. Just when there's like more fresh produce from the garden and whatnot. I'm just so ready for the cold weather to be done. Okay, maybe I should turn this one too. I have friends that don't eat vegetables at all. What? Which I could never imagine. I love pretty much all kinds of vegetables. Honestly, same. Yeah, I really don't understand how like people don't. Yeah, because I know there are a lot of people who really don't like vegetables. Like at all. Like, if I had a list of my favorites, I'll eat all of them. I don't really like, I'm learning to like them, but my mom and my grandmother like to cook with, I think they're like lima beans or soybeans. No, I think it's lima beans. I think that's what they're called. I don't love those, but I'm learning to like tolerate them better. Like, I won't pick them out if it's in the food. It's just not like, yay, lima beans, you know? That's like the only thing I can think of that I won't eat vegetable-wise. I absolutely love carrots. I love onions. I love especially like cooking with onions. Tomatoes. Love tomatoes. I didn't as much when I was younger. When I was younger, I was really picky. But it's interesting that like some people like, you know, I usually grow out of being super picky when you're a kid, but like some people don't ever change. It's very interesting. I'm grateful that as I got older, I wasn't afraid to like, I don't know, try things and admit that like, oh, you know what? Maybe I was exaggerating when I was younger and actually this does taste good. Onions make almost any dish, especially with meat, better. I love... Oh, broccoli! I forgot about broccoli. I should have put that in this collection. Yo, broccoli is the best because you can pretty much put it into anything and really like adapt whatever flavor that you're making. And I feel like the top part of the broccoli really like soaks in any of the flavor. Definitely a win with broccoli. I feel like I'm getting more and more hungry. Now we're talking about cooking. This is not good. All right, let me save this file. All right, so now we need to make... We got the orange one done. We got the green one done. I think I need to rename this one, though. This is rename palette patch orange gingham print. Gingham print. There we go. Let's always make sure I did the one. I get hungry too when talking about food. Yeah, is it like, what time is it in Germany right now? It's probably, I'm trying to remember what the time difference is. Are they, wait. It would be like later at night, wouldn't it be? I could probably just pull up the clock. So you might have to get like a midnight snack or something. But I think it's past dinner time in Germany by now. Like I kind of feel bad making you hungry watching. Okay, so we need to do... I'm just gonna duplicate the green one. Let's duplicate. Alright, this is gonna be... Let's do red. The red one's gonna be fun. Okay, so we can close that. We'll keep that open. So we need to export the red one. This one we might have to change. Because I feel like I made it too pink. Do. Red. Save. Okay, it's loading. Alright, so we need to change. Let's delete these all out. And we're just gonna delete this too. Alright, we'll put our ruler in. I don't know why it's doing that, guys. Oh, because there's already a ruler there. Okay, we're good. Is it soon asparagus season in the US too? You know, that's a really good question. I was seeing, like, I think it was like on TikTok or something. People are talking about how in Germany it's asparagus. Spargel. How do you say it? I can't say it. I think it's spargel. I think that's what they call it in German. But they make memes about it every like spring about it being asparagus season. But I don't know when it is here. I imagine it's similar because we're kind of like asparagus, right? Very good. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to Google it. We actually... Oh, I'm so stupid. We actually grow some. I was out... Bro, I have to use my memories. I was out the other day, like, helping my mom a little bit in the garden, and she had transplanted some. That's right. And she was showing me there was little sprouts. Why did it translate that? I don't know why it translated. I might have to turn that off. I wonder if there's like an auto translator on. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry about that, gecko. But we're growing asparagus, but it's like only this big right now. From what I saw. We have like another patch. I haven't looked at it. So I'm thinking like like we're probably a month further. Like it takes us a month longer than Germany to get our asparagus season. Or at least here in Pennsylvania anyway. Maybe in like the warmer states. No worries. Very cool you're growing it. Yeah, my grandmother started growing it like years ago. And then my mom's kind of like helped keep up with it. And then she did a little transplanting to kind of like extend the patch. So yeah, they're good about keeping up with that kind of stuff. I'm not much of like I'll help when she needs it, and like I like picking the stuff from the garden, but I'm also really scared of bugs. And so I'm not like a ginormous like I wouldn't be out there planting them myself. Like I don't think I would ever own a big garden myself. I think I would grow things in pots. But yeah, but I live here with my parents, so you know, if my mom's doing it, she is kind enough to share all the stuff she grows. So for now, I'm very grateful that I can just enjoy all the like fresh produce without having to like commit all the time to taking care of the garden. So I'm very spoiled and fortunate in that fact. I know that like someday when I move out, I'm gonna miss that. So I try to like appreciate it while I have it. Because I know it's not forever. Nothing better than fresh produce. It's so true. Like things just taste way different. Like it was like last fall, my mom had like planted carrots, and when they came in, they were so sweet. Like you would pick them and you could just like smell it, and you could just smell like the sweetness of the carrot even before you even like bit into it. Like the carrots that you grow yourself are built different. Pretty crazy. Also feel like green beans especially. Like fresh green beans, like you can't really get them to taste that good anywhere else. And even after you like, because my mom will freeze the green beans like that she grows, and they just don't taste the same after you freeze them because you have to like blanch them. But like when they're like freshly picked and you cook them so they're still like crunchy, oh, so good. Especially with like onions. Yeah, onions and garlic, like the perfect combination. All right, let's grab the red illustrations. I'm getting so hungry. Green beans are amazing. What are like how do you, this is back to the asparagus. Like how do you like to cook the asparagus? My mom will usually like fry it in a pan, or sometimes we'll grill it. And I'm learning to like it more. When I was younger, I really did not like asparagus, but now I like it. Yeah. What are some of like the best ways to eat asparagus? Because I feel like Germany would know how to do it. Can you pickle them? Because I like anything pickled pretty much. Like that might be good. All right, we'll load these in. Let me get a drink of tea. Hold up, that did not load in at the right layer. 1 second. Let me fix this. Well, let's see. I think my mom boils it, then adds sauce, but I never tried cooking asparagus myself. Ah, got you. Got you. Yeah, I've actually never... I've never cooked it myself either. I've just eaten it when my mom cooks it. I think, like, do people put butter when they saute it with it too? I feel like I've seen that on TV. I could be wrong. Okay, this is the background. Let me lock this layer. Oops, caps lock is on. Wait a minute. Where's... Where's like the outside? Oh, there we go. It's hiding it some reason. All right, let's distribute these. Actually, you know what, guys? I was worried about making it too like purpley pink, but I think it's working. Because a lot of the red ones ended up like these red beets look purple. And so it's a nice in between because then the tomatoes are very red. Do 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 do. Okay, the cherry tomatoes look really cute by themselves, but I absolutely love them now even more. I wonder if it would look great if I flipped it. I'll just do it at an angle. Do 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 do. All right. Now for the messy part. Slowly moving these around until everything fits. Let's flip this upside down. Kind of just a matter of neatly tucking everything in together. I like how the cabbage turned out. That looks kind of cute, actually. Wait, did I lock this layer? Yeah, I did. We're good. Funny story, a friend of mine recommended a Chinese restaurant, said they had the most amazing Chinese food, so I went there, and what did he order? Chicken nuggets and fries? He only goes there for that? Yo, that's a crime! That's a crime! Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh my goodness. They must be really good chicken nuggets. I mean, I love chicken nuggets, but I like, if I went to a Chinese restaurant, I think I would try something that I hadn't tried before. Because I can have chicken nuggets at home, you know? Do, 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 do. These leafy rhubarb are going to be a problem, I have a feeling. Trying to fit these in. Alright, we're going to make it work, but it's going to be difficult, I think. Yes, that's fast food for home. Yeah. Why would anyone go to a Chinese restaurant for that? Yeah. That's a really good question. Oh, come on. Why won't this layer? Okay, hold up. Man, now I'm really, really hungry. I've had like, so like here in the US, there's like the fast food type like Chinese food, but then I know there's like the more actual. I mean, I'm sure it's like, I don't know. I've never been to like a more, I guess, what would you say, more like bougie? But there's always like the certain things they have at Chinese restaurants here, but they don't have a lot of the dishes I see on TV. So like, I'm not sure that like here we're getting exactly what you might actually get in China. So it's like, I really want to try like really, really authentic like Chinese food. So I'm like, I have that on my bucket list. Because I've gotten to try some Korean barbecue. I recently got to try food from a Thai restaurant, which was really good. Love Thai food. Oh my gosh. And what else have I tried? I mean, I've been to Olive Gardens, so I've tried Italian food. 100% legit. I love that too. The dishes you just don't get here in the West. It's very true. Do they have, are Olive Gardens, like, do they have those in Germany? Or is that just a US thing? I feel like it might just be. Like Olive Garden. So if you're like, how do I describe this? When we were growing up, this is the best way to describe it. When we were growing up, Olive Garden was like the bougie place you went to eat. That's I don't know how else to describe it. And it's not really that it's like a super like upper class restaurant. It's just that like you know, you don't have that much money, but like Olive Garden is like the only place that if you save up you can go to and have food. I don't think we have an Olive Garden in Germany, maybe only in very big cities like Berlin, but I've never seen one. Got you. Yeah, it might just be like an American food chain thing. But I mean, I like Italian food. I like Italian food, but I don't really like anything with red sauce. I'm kind of like over, like I don't really like spaghetti that much. I just find it kind of boring. But I do feel like that may just be because like the spaghetti we would make at home is not special by any means. It's just noodles and sauce and then maybe some cheese on top. And so we're probably committing like some food crimes by making our spaghetti kind of boring. But not a big spaghetti person. I like more of like the creamy sauces. I don't know what they're called. I had like last year, we went to an Italian place with my sister and brother-in-law, and I got like, it was kind of like a white sauce, but it was like slightly pink, and I think it was like, it could have been like some type of wine or champagne they put in the sauce to flavor it. I don't know. I can't even remember what it was called, but it was the best Italian dish I've ever eaten. And then they served it with like, I think it was like a grilled chicken, but it was so good. And so I'm like, I think I do like Italian food. I just haven't been trying like, you know, peak Italian food. Like, I don't think Olive Garden can count maybe. But I do like, they have like a chicken gnocchi soup at Olive Garden, and I'll like always get that. That's good. But I don't think I haven't been to Olive Garden in almost a year. Although I don't eat out much. I agree. Pasta is way too variable to only eat it with tomato sauce. This is so true. I like green pesto. I'm learning to like pesto. I have like a love-hate relationship with basil. Like pesto, I kind of like, but then the basil sneaks up on you. Pasta with lemon. Okay, that sounds good. Olive oil. Yep. Garlic and Parmesan cheese. I love Parmesan cheese. And of course, garlic. Man, I'm getting really hungry. My aunt, she was in Italy. I forget when it was, but she bought like olive oil from there, and it is so different than like maybe if we try to buy like really expensive olive oil here. I don't even know where I'd go for that. But it was so like, I don't know how to, like, would fragrant be the way to describe it? Yeah, but the olive oil was just like totally different. The basil taste is very dominant once added. That's true. Yeah, my siblings love basil, but I'm still on the fence about it, you know? Yeah, but the olive oil is really, really good. It made me realize that like the olive oil we have is a very sad olive oil. I'm like, can you go back to Italy and bring us more? I don't know if like it was a special brand or what. I don't know. But I'm like, I really want some more of that because I'm pretty sure we used it all by now. Okay, we have like a big space here that needs filled. This is even more challenging than the other one. Okay, let's move this one down. I'm gonna rotate it like this. And then maybe I'll expand this little cherry tomato here. Do you like to watch like cooking shows, Gecko? I know there's a lot of different cooking shows like here in the US, but like it kind of be nice to watch some like German cooking shows, maybe to practice my German. So if there's any shows you know of that might be on YouTube or something, or I can watch it, let me know. There's truly a wide range of quality on olive oils. Okay, many of them are mixed, cheap oils. I bet that's the case with ours, which is about the worst thing you can do to olive oil. Yeah, and what was also interesting is it almost tasted like less oily. Like our olive oils are like if you were to put it on your hand, like it's like really like really thick. But the one she got, it was almost like thinner. I don't know how to explain it. But that's one of the things I noticed. I'm like, do I need to move to Italy? I'd like to visit Italy. I think it's pretty there. Yes, I like a few of them. I used to have a strange obsession with Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares. Yo, my brother like used to watch all the Gordon Ramsay stuff. That's more insanity of it. And you, okay, so I grew up watching, there were a couple, so there was one guy called Alton Brown. I think that was the name of his show. Might have to Google it. But he did a lot of like science / cooking. So we would watch those where he'd kind of like talk about like what was happening while either it was cooking or something was fermenting. And he would kind of explain it with like puppets. And so we used to watch that. I used to watch Chopped. Worst Cooks in America is hilarious. That one is, it makes me feel like I'm a better cook. Because sometimes I feel like I'm not that great of a cook, but then there truly are some people who are terrible at cooking. So that one's good. Non-American one though, The Great British Baking Show. Absolutely love that. I still watch that. I just recently finished the most recent season. That's really good. And what else do we watch? There was like a show where like Bobby Flay would like compete with other chefs. We used to watch that. Did you learn some cool cooking stuff in those shows? Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. We were kind of like, our mom would put on like the cooking. It was either like cooking shows or it was like National Geographic. So from a young age, we like all of the siblings learned a lot about cooking. And then like my mom loves to cook. She loves to try like different things, different ingredients. And so between like watching all those shows as kids and then like just having like a mom that cooks a lot, I feel like I probably have like, I don't know, just like a little bit higher than average knowledge about cooking. But that said, like watching and doing is very different. So like, do I know like about how souffles are made and stuff? I do, but have I done one? No. So it's like I have the know-how kind of, but I don't have the skill. So I know of a lot of cooking things, but I can't say that I'm a particularly skilled chef. But it was fun, just kind of like learning about different flavors and stuff. And then, you know, you kind of like, I feel like that helped probably get me to be less picky as I got older, just because I was interested in like more foods because I saw them on TV and they look good on there. So why not try it? So yeah, cooking shows are fun. Yeah, but the Gordon Ramsay ones, oh my gosh, those are so stressful. There was like, what show was it? I think it was Hell's Kitchen. I think that's what it was on. And I don't usually watch like the Gordon Ramsay stuff, but oh my gosh. So it's like the stress and tension level for the chefs is just like it's kind of funny, but it's also like a little bit stressful to watch. I was like, I don't know. Like I had just like finished watching British Baking Show. So I was like used to like a really chill, positive vibe. And then you go to like Hell's Kitchen and it's just like him swearing at the chefs. And then like a lot of the chefs on there are so like full of it. And they'll like cook raw food and they'll just be like, oh, I thought it was good. I thought it tasted good. And I'm like, why would you say that to Gordon Ramsay? Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I can watch too much of the Gordon Ramsay stuff. But it is kind of funny. I feel like for the meme of it, it's very entertaining. I definitely could not be on that show though. The stress level would be way too high. I think British baking show is a little bit more my pace. Da, 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 da. Oops, I just moved the guide. Oh dear. Okay, let's see if we can get it back in the center. Wait, where was the center? It was like 8. Okay, we can delete it now. We don't need it. It's very stressful to watch, yes. The constant screaming and fighting. Do you know the video where Ramsay tries to cook a grilled cheese and completely misses it? I've actually not seen that. I feel like it's nice to actually see him, you know, get humbled. Well, I'm gonna have to look that up. I bet my brother probably knows about it. It's like, nobody's perfect, Gordon Ramsay. Nobody's perfect. I'm having the hardest time getting this all to like fit in nicely. I think I need to make this one bigger. This little tomato here. Yes, he got totally roasted for that by nearly the entire planet. I feel like maybe he deserved it just a little bit. Just a little bit to keep him humble. Man, I haven't had a grilled cheese in a long time. That actually sounds good. Sounds really good. You know what I love? I love like a Reuben sandwich. So you have like a nice like roast beef, and then you have the it's like Thousand Island dressing, and then the sauerkraut is so good all together. I absolutely love it when my mom makes it. For some reason I can never get it grilled well. She can always do it perfect, but when I try and then like I try to like flip it in the pan, everything just blows out. I'm like, why? Why me? It's always the worst. Sounds good. Never heard of it. Oh, you've never heard of how's it spelled? I really don't know. I'm dyslexic. But it's called a Reuben sandwich. I think it's R-U... Only American classic sandwich I know is a hoagie. Yeah, we have, so there's a like it's like a convenience store slash gas station we have here that actually originated in Pennsylvania, and it's called Wawa, and they have the best hoagies. We call them like subs, but I'm pretty sure most Pennsylvanians also call them hoagies. But they're really good. So if you're ever in the US on the East Coast, because they're not everywhere in the US yet, they're mostly on like the northeastern coast, definitely stop at a Wawa and get yourself a hoagie. They're really, really good. But yeah, a Reuben sandwich is really good. I forget what, there's usually like a cheese melted with it too, but I don't know what kind of cheese you're supposed to use. But it's essentially like a grilled cheese, except it has the roast beef, it's like a mayonnaise. It's like a mayonnaise dressing that has, I want to say it's pickles chopped up in it, and then also you add some ketchup. So it's like a mixture of that for the sauce. And then you do the sauerkraut and then cheese, and then usually you put mayonnaise on the bread as well. I'm not sure if that's like the standard for Reuben sandwich, but that's usually how we make it. My mom and I absolutely love pretty much anything with sauerkraut, so it's like one of our favorites. But I haven't had one in a while. Like, thinking about it kind of makes me want to make one. Alright guys, I think we need to put this pattern... we need to put this pattern away and move on to another one, and then I'll come back to it and hope and pray that the pattern gods can give me inspiration. Let's see, red patterns. Yeah, this is where I want to do it. Palette Patch Veggies, red gingham print. Okay, so they've been here. Do. We can close this. Close that. Wait a minute. Okay, let me open this one. We got one more to do, which is the yellow one. My tea's getting cold. Just duplicate this one. This is gonna be the yellow one. Alright, delete all these layers. And that. And we just export this. I wonder if I should have made this one more contrasty. Like, should I darken? Well, let's see how it looks with the illustrations. It's the only way to tell. Wait, where did I stick? We're getting slightly disorganized here. It's okay. Loading. Loading. More loading. Okay. Now we'll go back to the yellow file. Alright, so we just have to line these up. Should snap to the center. There we go. Yeah, I may change this a little bit. Guys, I'm getting sleepy too now. It's tough because it's been like cloudy today. And yesterday and the day before were so warm and nice. And now we're back to like cold winter weather, which kind of sucks. But slowly we're getting more warm days. Okay, that seems seamless. I think we're good. Okay. Let me put this on a layer. Lock it. Do. And we need to open the illustrations for the yellow ones. Yeah, it's gotten cold over here too. I feel like Germany and Pennsylvania are like, we're like on the same like weather patterns. Now, I talked about making these more golden, but I think we're gonna leave it. Let's see how it looks. This always takes forever to load in. But let's see if we can get this done before the end of stream. They need a little more reorganizing, the other ones I did, but I feel like we got it mostly there. We'll work on it as we go. Last time I didn't make them small enough, so I think... Guys, I think I made the background too green. I feel like it's giving greenish yellow and not yellow. But is that a bad thing? It's really just a style choice. I think it really comes down to like, what was I envisioning in my head? And I think I was envisioning it a little less green. Wait, hold up. But we do need to lower the opacity on it. So let's see what happens. Let's take it down to like 70. Oh, actually, that looks cute. That's 75%. Let's lock it on that. Okay, never mind. It's not bad. I changed my mind. I think the key is to make sure we don't have any ones going like perfectly up, down, or to the side. So we pretty much need to like rotate them all. Oh, I just moved the line. No. There we go. Somehow I made a new one. I don't know how I did that. There we go. Ba, ba, da, da. I think I'm gonna make this one bigger. I like this one. Maybe if we set it in there. The way I feel like making a grilled cheese sandwich now. I feel like that would kind of hit the spot. Especially since it's like a cloudy, cooler day. That would kind of be good. Do, 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 do. All right, let's make this carrot a little bit bigger. Earlier I was doing some like storyboard studies. I'm trying to think if I want to do some more of those on stream because we did like the chicken baking bread and we never really finished the whole sequence. We could do that. I don't know. That would be kind of fun. Oops. Don't want to warp it. Okay, I feel like potatoes are definitely like God's gift to humanity. Like potatoes, like it doesn't matter what you do with them. They're just delicious. You know, a French fry would kind of hit the spot. Although, if I'm being honest, I could always go for a French fry. There's usually not a time where I'm like not willing to eat one. Whoops. Trying to grab this carrot. Here we go. Let's make this one a little bit bigger. Yeah, stick that there. There's so many great recipes with potatoes. There really are. I'm trying to think like what are my favorite. I like French fries, of course. I like mashed potatoes depending on if they're seasoned right. They definitely have to have mashed potatoes need a lot of love and attention. And then I like my mom will like slice them and she'll grill them in the summertime. And sometimes we'll grill them with like barbecue sauce on them, or we'll grill them with like kind of like an Italian dressing style, like olive oil and stuff. So that's always good. How else do I like them? There used to be this dish. Oh, like potato wedges. Yes. Oh, my sister, she used to make, she'd cut potatoes into wedges and she'd do like steak fries kind of with them. And she would do a ton of garlic and then rosemary. And then with the olive oil, and she would toss it all together and then roast them in the oven. Those are so, so good. That's always a win. And then there was like a dish my mom used to make where she'd like thinly slice the potatoes and then she'd make like a cheese sauce, pour it over it, and then You like bake it in a casserole dish, I think. I think it's like scallop potatoes. Yeah, the garlic and rosemary fries were so good. Yeah, potatoes. I love potatoes. Okay, let's see here. I feel like we have extra space on this one. Maybe I should take advantage of that. Make this a little bit bigger here. Man, I could really go for those fries. Oh, or potato salad. Yeah, there's like two potato salads my family usually makes. There's one we do with like a mayonnaise dressing. And then we do one, my grandmother calls it a German potato salad. And you use, I think it's just like olive oil, maybe some vinegar, and then it's like dill. And then she chops like finely chopped onion into it. What else does she put in it? I don't know, but it's really good. And then usually you eat it like not cold. It's just kind of like warm / like room temperature. So that's always really good. That's another way I like them. Usually only eat the potato salads though during like the summer months. It's kind of like our picnic. It's like a picnic food for us. But honestly, it's good any time of the year. Let's see how this is looking. I don't know. Sounds like you always have amazing food in your family. Honestly, yes. I'm so spoiled. Yeah. Between like my... I feel like kind of like all the family on my mom's side, like all really like to cook as well. But I have to say, biasly, my mom is like the best cook. I feel like she's been like really, what's the word? Like committed to like trying new things and always expanding and increasing her skills and trying like lots of new ingredients. So I feel like she's also like, I feel like mom kind of bypassed there's like a stereotype that like white people can't cook. And I feel like she passed that, where she's like, her food is not like boring. She uses more than just salt and pepper to season. And she liked watching all the cooking shows that we would watch too when we were growing up. And, you know, like learning how to season things from different regions and like different countries and how they do it. And so, yeah, I have to say, my mom's food is really, really good. We're so lucky. Very, very spoiled. Yeah, anytime she like goes on vacation or something, and I'm just like making all the food, I just like, man, I really miss, not that like I can't cook, but there's something about her food that just hits different. I feel like maybe everybody says that about their mother, but it's just, it's the way it is. Your mom's cooking is always better. Alright, this potato needs a little bit bigger. Maybe... Okay, here we go. I think we're close. Moms are the greatest cooks. This is so true. I just feel like I really lucked out. I'm like, I got a good spawn, one might say, if this was a video game. Oh, I keep moving this middle thing. Dun, 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 dun. One thing I feel like I learned from her, and maybe it's because we watched a lot of cooking shows, but like when we cook, like recipes aren't necessarily necessary. And like a lot of the things we cook are like variations of recipes we know really well. So we're really good at like improvising. My mom also, like, we didn't have a whole lot of money growing up, and so like whatever we had in the kitchen or the closet like is what she would use to cook with. So I feel like I'm really glad that I learned how to cook in a way where I can kind of like improvise and use any ingredients I have. And she's really good at just kind of like whipping something up out of nothing. So I really glad that I learned how to kind of like cook like that. I feel like it helps kind of like build your confidence, and like seasoning and flavoring things and different ingredients to me feels a lot like art, where like different seasonings and flavors and ingredients, their tastes are like the equivalent of like different pigments when painting. And so like when you want to reach a specific flavor, you have to mix like certain colors to get what you want. So I feel like cooking to me feels a lot like art. I like to cook, but I don't like to cook when I'm hungry. Like I just want the food. So that's like my worst trait, is that I'll wait until I'm hungry and then I'm like, oh, I need to cook something. And then I don't feel like cooking, I just feel like eating. Okay, let's name this the palette patch. All right, put it in here. Guys, it is 5 till 6 and I am starving. Because we've been talking about a lot of food. But we did good. Before we finish, let's just take screen captures of all the prints we did, so we can see them all together. So I kind of want to see what we have going before I finish for the day. Okay, so I'm gonna close this. It looks very good. Thank you, Gecko. All right. Where are the other folders? I probably shouldn't have closed it. All right, so here's our red one. And the orange one. Orange palette patch. Here we go, gingham. And last but not least, green. These definitely take a minute to load. Alright, hide that. Try and take these about the same size each. I'm actually really pleased with how the yellow one turned out. Oh, you know what, guys? We didn't lower the opacity on this. Let's make this like 80%. I think that's what we did on the other one. I feel like my mom's really gonna like this collection, as well as my grandmother. And my one aunt. I think she's gonna really like this too. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Or is turning out, because we're not done yet. Not quite. Why isn't the screen capture working? There we go. Alright, one more to go, and then I can show you guys what I've got going here. Try and make these the same size. I feel like the green one is the most like monotone because there weren't any other colors. Where the other ones I had like the main color, but then like the stems were often green. So I don't know if that's an L. If I might want to go back in and change it up. All right, here we go, guys. Here's the ones we did today. We made the gingham background, which is a nice like texture. I feel like it goes well with the illustrations. I feel like I'm loving the yellow one more than I thought I would. I think we need to mess around with the orange one some more. I feel like the carrots are kind of throwing me off. I do think the green one, the background is too blue. I feel like it's too separated from the illustrations. I think we might need to fix that. The red one looks really cute I just think I want to rearrange some things. There's something about the order of it that just feels like it's like I want it to be chaotic, right? Because they're like randomly spread, but maybe like more organized chaos. Oh, the orange one is my favorite. Oh, nice. And the red one I like too. Yeah, the orange one is really, really cute. I feel like that one, absolutely. I need to figure out how to get it printed as like a tablecloth. I feel like I could see that in our kitchen. I'm gonna have to work on that. But they're all turning out really cute. We'll have to make some more variations next time. I mean, we could work on this more tomorrow, realistically. We don't have to. I don't know. We're gonna see how I feel tomorrow and what I get done earlier in the day. And then we'll kind of go from there. But guys, after trying all this food, I'm starving. So I'm gonna go make something and I'll be back tomorrow for a Friday stream. And I don't know what we're doing, so it'll be a surprise. But thank you everyone for watching. Gecko, it was nice chatting with you again. And everybody, happy Thursday, and we are almost to the weekend. Thanks for the stream. Until next time. Alrighty, sounds good. Alright, everybody. Until tomorrow, everybody, keep on creating.